I'm sharing my experience and my story with using a GLP-1 and having a chronic illness. This is the video that I searched for, that I was hoping someone else made when I was about to start my GLP-1 journey. Hi, my name is Kemi. I am a life coach. I work with women with chronic illnesses, and I have been living with a chronic illness for the past 7 years. So, why did I decide to go on Mounjaro? So, my health is such that the medication that I'm on causes weight gain. So, at the end of last year, I got to the point where I was at my highest weight. I was over 200 pounds. I'm only 5'2". So that started affecting my health even worse. I could not go up 2 flights of stairs in my own house without stopping halfway and taking a breath. I would be sitting down and my heart would just be palpitating, and I have some heart issues as well that I take medication for. So all of that together, I had to go for a test, and I could not get from the parkade to the second floor without resting about 3 times. I was resting, I was sweating, and it was like -5 outside. And I realized this was not good. So I spoke with my specialist, I spoke with my doctor, and as much as I did not want an additional medication for the rest of my life, this was one of the options on the table, and it was a huge deal for me. So I started the research, started looking around, trying to see if there was someone else that maybe had similar experience, had, other medications, other issues that they were dealing with, in addition to needing to lose some weight just for their health. So this was my experience, this was my journey. And after we did all the tests to make sure that there was nothing else wrong, I did, a bunch of tests with my heart, did another MRI on my brain, and a whole bunch of other tests. After seeing that everything else was coming back normal, and it looked like the weight was the next thing we had to tackle and see if things start to get better. So that was how my journey started. A few things that I learned in the process. I had to get to the point to realize that this was not about aesthetics, even though it was gonna be nice to look a little skinnier, and fit better in my clothes, but it was about wellness, it was about my health, it was about getting through the day without feeling like I was going to pass out, because living life with an illness is already complicated as it is. You're already I get chronic fatigue, days that I can't, I'm literally burnt out and can't do anything, right? So taking the weight out of the equation, I realized that was going to be a big deal for me, especially if this worked for me, right? And the chances of it not working from my research was also a possibility. The chances of multiple side effects was also on the table. So I had to weigh which one. It was going to be hard either way. I had to pick my heart, basically. The second thing I had to do was work closely with my doctor, because I already had a lot of other issues that we're monitoring for. This was going to be an additional thing, and I realized that I had to make more appointments, do a few more tests. I think we were testing every 2 months, just to make sure that, as one, it was actually working, 2, it wasn't affecting other things, 3, the side effects were manageable, and just to see where things would take us, right? So working closely with my doctor was extremely important. I had to focus on my mindset. It was not going to be a magical fix. I had to add some new habits. My diet was already, fairly good. I wasn't overeating or eating so much junk food and stuff like that, but improving my diet was extremely important. Drinking more water was going to be important. So I had to start thinking of new habits that I had to create so that this would also continue to work for me. So changing some habits was extremely important as well. The last thing was giving myself permission to go slow. I didn't need to lose 60 pounds in 1 month. And from most of the research, it was about 1 pound to 2 pounds for most people every week. And I'm happy to say that after I lost 30 pounds at the 4-month mark, which was extremely exciting to me. So my next video is going to go into a bit more detail on how it went month to month, how it affected my illness, and the positives, the good things that it did for me. Oh, by the way, I was on Mounjaro, and I'm saying was because I'm on a break right now. I'm gonna cover that in one of my next videos. So follow me for more if you wanna watch the rest of this series and see how Mounjaro went, how it is going, and if you're about to take that journey, what that might look like for you. If you can put it in the comments to share what your experience is, or what experience has been, or if you're having any fears of getting on any GLP-1 medication, because for me, I can tell you, I had a lot of fears. My number one fear was adding another medication, because living with a chronic illness, you're on your medication for the rest of your life. Adding something else on top of that, you know, in addition to all the medication I already take, all the side effects of my medication, that's it. Another medication and another side effect. I don't know what it's going to do to my body. There were a lot of fears, I can tell you that. And I'm excited to share my experience with you, and I hope it helps you on your journey. So follow me for more, and I'll see you in the next video.